right?
It
And on a
broke
track
Twitter
like
to the
this,
point
we lost
where
last night.
people
You
thought
pushed
that
it
the
hard,
guy that
squeezed in a
tweeted
gap, and
it
we
was
both came
fat.
and went, you know, and thought you were going to get moved out of the
So
way.
everybody else
But ultimately, it's what puts you in a position to be in the race,
Well,
right?
you understand the severity of that trade, right?
Byron may not have wanted you to
Yeah,
have
bro.
that.
Pissing me off.
But right here, right?
Hey, don't you understand it?
Yeah, dude, pissing me
That's
off.
my point. Knowing when to push and when to pull the reins back.
Why
It's
Luka
gotta be so
Doncic
tricky on a
lead?
tight, track this tight.
Yeah, when you have such a short race, you remember last night you're 25 laps, and each spot's kind of worth 4, right? Because
He
if you
didn't
finish
leave.
like we finished second, we
He
start
didn't
7th
willingly
tonight.
leave.
So each spot meant times 4. So you can imagine how important.
Apparently,
it is,
the
especially- we talked about
Mavs
track
approached the
position.
Lakers
It's gonna
about
be
trading
tough to
him.
pass once it gets kind of strung out. The way you pass is going to be probably pretty physical between most. So restarts and those details mean a lot. So I think that's why you see that happen, whether it's the modified race the other day here. You see the first few laps of a restart just be chaos and like just out of control. I assume we're going to see that here in a minute in the LCQ, and I hope
we hope so.
I hope you do. You do. Yeah. I hope in the future that it like you kind of get some laps. I'm sure at the end of the race it'll look like that again, but hopefully 250 laps. It's still some time we can manage that.
250 laps.
Thanks for coming by. Have a Coke and a smile. Celebrate the championship. We'll be watching you tonight.
Honestly, the rest of 250 laps. I thought it was 200.
And we'll have some
I don't
final
know.
thoughts.
I thought it was
Kevin,
200.
Head to the booth. Jamie and I return in just a moment.
Y'all see this? Patrick Mahomes is saying goodbye. People was tripping. He was actually saying goodbye to his old phone.
Switching to the amazing new iPhone 16 T-Mobile.
It's the first iPhone built.
First iPhone built on T-Mobile. I went to church today, and I forgot it says Bush Light on the front.
Damn, why'd you start going to church again? Who are you trying to impress?
Nobody. That's weird.
That's a lie.
It wasn't bad.
All my shortest girls there, huh?
No, just me.
You went by yourself? Why'd you go by yourself? I can tell you're struggling.
Huh?
I can tell you're struggling if you go.
Me and I'm struggling.
Because no, actually, I'd rather not save it for the live because it's a huge hot take, but it's the truth that people don't want to hear.
Go ahead and say it.
Fine. Not saying all people, but a lot of people that go to do that stuff and think they're gonna find something typically go because they're struggling with something else in their life and they think that's gonna be their savior.
I think it was the opposite. I got invited.
Oh, damn, so you are doing it for the girl.
No.
Who invited you?
George Stacks. She's like, you should come. And I was like,
What
I'll
the
think
hell?
about it. And then
What was? I thought her sister was a religious girl that showed up.
my sister didn't go. She's like, she kept saying you should go, and she kept saying you should go, and you should go. I heard it about every week, and I was like, well, maybe I should just go.
Wait, how'd you go if you went by yourself?
Really?
Like, did your mom drive you? Did you drive
Let's
there?
take a look at some of those that
Your
are
mom
trying to
didn't
earn
go?
their way
I thought your
to
mom
join
goes.
the other
She went to
20.
Goodwill.
And you see
Oh.
Brett Myers and Tim Brown. Those are modified
hour.
racers
An
that have
hour.
more wins here at Bowman Gray than anybody else.
I'm trying to risk
Aces
big
of
boob
this
church
track,
girls.
trying to
No,
make it
thank
big
you.
with the big guys, and Regan Smith is standing by with both.
Well, Chris,
Very
anybody who knows
small.
anything about
I'm gonna have
Bowman
to make
Gray
people shake my
Stadium
hand
has
and
seen
say,
these two
"Oh,
faces, Burt Myers,
welcome."
Tim Brown, collectively 23 championships, 198
Bro, I felt
wins
so
at this
out of
racetrack
place
between
there,
the
and
two of you
everyone
guys.
just like come and
Tim,
shake
what
my
does it
hand
mean
and like,
to be
hey,
making
how's it
your Cup
going?
Series
Welcome.
debut
I'm
as
like,
a local legend at this racetrack
Yeah, I feel like a
tonight
cult.
in the Clash?
No,
It's super special. I grew up racing here and grew up in the stands and playing
And you're
around in
like,
the
no,
pits
not
with my
yet.
grandpa's
No, I like
cars.
watching
And just for
the
the Cup
other
cars to come back
church
here is super
we used to
amazing.
watch 2 years
But
ago,
for me
but
to have
kind
an
of-
opportunity to get to be a part of it is just super cool, and
Yeah.
couldn't be more thankful to everybody that helped put this together.
You get to work on these cars during the week. Tonight, you get to race one of them. That's going to be a lot of fun to see. Bert, I'm curious. You two guys,
Short track was there by herself?
share of run-ins over the years at this racetrack, battling out for victories
boyfriend.
and championships. So,
Yeah,
if this
I
guy's in
forgot
second
about it.
place on the last lap, the last transfer spot, you're in third place. What can we expect here at the Madhouse?
I don't care if my mama's in second place if I need the spot. So,
I walked in the door
we've
and
raced for 25 plus years together
got
here.
met right at the door.
That could play
Like,
in our
"Oh,
hands
so
tonight,
glad
knowing
you're
how to survive this
here."
75 lap race. But like he said,
No, do they
it's
at
just
least
really cool
do
to
they
be
at
here
least
with
look like the
NASCAR series and
stereotypical church
see what
person?
kind of spotlight this place has been put under.
Jamie, I love it.
I mean, there was a
Back to
dude
our
wearing a
grassroots.
fucking
These
Fox
guys are
hat.
going to be fun to watch
So,
coming up through
yeah.
the
No,
field
I'm,
tonight.
I'm talking about the person
Oregon
who
Kyle
invited
Larson
you.
is one of
Yeah.
the biggest superstars that the sport
George
has.
Stacks
But
invited
tonight,
me.
Kyle, you're in the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do they
LCQ,
look
you're
like the
starting
like
10th.
stereotypical
so
church
how hard
person?
Are you willing to
I
push?
would
How
hope so,
aggressive
'cause
are you
their
going to
daddy's the
need
pastor,
to be
so,
to
yeah.
get yourself locked into one of those top two positions?
Yeah,
I
don't know.
gotta
It's
uphold the
it's
image.
a funny balance, I think. Like it's obviously, you want to be.
She asked me, she's like,
you wanna get into
she's
the
like, did
show.
you enjoy it? And I was like, it wasn't bad. Like,
But at the same point, it's like, man,
I was like, y'all sing
if
a
you don't
lot.
get into the show and you've pissed off a few people,
And then she was
still
like,
didn't make the
she's
show.
like, she's like,
and
you
now
feel
you start
okay? I
the
was like,
year
I didn't
with
burst from the
people
flames,
mad
did
at
I?
you. So I don't know. Like I said, it's a funny balance of like trying to obviously get into the
It was a
race,
good
have a
feeling.
shot to win later on tonight, but then also not have too many
Hey,
enemies for
light
the
boy
season.
from
So
YouTube chat. Oh,
yeah, we'll
what's
see.
up?
But I know our
Oh, my YouTube
HenderCars.com
chat
Chevy
works.
would be
Oh.
much better tonight than it was
You're streaming on
yesterday.
YouTube?
So we'll see if I
Lady
can be a little
boy?
bit better as well. And yeah, we can
Man,
avoid
YouTube's
some drama
crazy.
and somehow sneak in the top two.
All right, Kyle, you've raced at probably more short tracks around this country than anybody else in the field. So big picture, what do you think of Bowman Gray Stadium and racing
Oh,
here?
first comment on
Yeah, well,
comment on the YouTube.
I think when
boys
people
was,
consider
hey,
like
lady
short
boy.
tracks and dirt track, racing, like a quarter mile or a half mile even, a half mile feels
Church
really
Lucy
big
Town.
in a sprint car, where like a quarter mile in a stock car feels way smaller
Good
than a
stream.
quarter mile
Thank you, brother.
in a sprint car. So this is way more short track
I'm
than
saying that.
I grew up doing. But
YouTube chat.
regardless, it's a
Which I probably
very
won't pay attention to.
really neat environment.
No
know,
one's
with
even
the fans
talking.
being right on top of us, and
YouTube chat.
the style
Yeah.
of crowd here
Yeah.
too
Right.
is unique,
My
and,
name's
and
Fred.
they're rowdy. So
name's Fred.
I hope it's a great show, here in this race, and then later on tonight, and the fans can get their money's worth.
Be a
All right,
darling
that's Kyle
and
Larson.
stream
He's
the
gonna try to
entire race
race
like a
his
good
way
girl.
into the
Psych.
clash. Chris?
Thank you very much, Jamie and Kyle. But the track is not the star. The drivers are the stars of this. And that was interesting, Jamie McMurray, when Larson was talking about, you don't want to upset people here when you've got the
reaction
Daytona
tone, big
500 a
dog.
long season ahead. To be thinking that way is very interesting.
Yeah, I think he's got the right approach there for championship thinking. And in order for Larson to make it, there's going to have to be some chaos and him not be involved in it. I like the guys, though, up front. Ty Gibbs, Zane Smith starting. I think you're going to start in the top
think,
four
Tim
if we
Brown
don't
and
have a lot
Burt
of chaos.
Myers get
But
in
that's
front?
a big if, Chris.
A lot of chaos.
No.
Chase Elliott on the pole. Last year's Clash winner, Danny Hamlin. In fact, he's won 4 with 4 different crew
First, do
chiefs.
sing or
It's the
something?
Madhouse, the last
they were
chance
singing
race
that song.
qualifier. Straight ahead.
They had the lyrics on the TVs, and I was like, I didn't sing. I was like,
Any given Saturday.
yeah.
And a
No, not all of them. It depends on what kind you go to.
And they brought collection plate, and I didn't throw none in a collection plate.
That's crazy. Don't worry, bro. In like 20 years, you're probably coming to find out that did. Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
Damn, you better go crazy on God like that. Crazy.
I mean,
No, I'm just trying some new stuff, man. Speaking of this, JFM said the Iowa trip got canceled. When did this get canceled?
did it get canceled?
It didn't get canceled. Oh, I bet.
That's the first I'm hearing about it.
I heard it from JFM it was canceled. I was like, where'd you hear it from? He's like, wasn't you in the weeds talking about cancel? I'm like, no.
I think he just wants you to go to the Coke 600, bro.
I'm like, hell, man's dead ass. Asked me 2 days ago, hey, should I go ahead and buy tickets? Oh. I mean, it was cool though. I mean, it wasn't like a real church service though today because they were voting. It was an election. I went to a first ever church election. That's kind of cool, I guess. They voted on a youth pastor. And they were like, "Would you like to vote and be a member?" And I was like, it's my first time. I don't think I should vote here." Me and voting don't go great. All right, chat. Make your predictions. Who wins the
Winston-Salem, North Carolina,
who wins
and
LCQ?
some of NASCAR's biggest stars are not yet in it.
Kyle Larson's gonna win.
We have the NASCAR Clash last chance qualifying at Bowman Gray.
Just kidding.
Kyle Larson among those.
I really don't think Kyle Larson wants to race in this shit.
In the 75 lapper to come, if they're going to run the big dance tonight.
You know, watching DD12.
So welcome to NASCAR Clash, last chance qualifying at Bowman Gray Stadium in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. A football field with a racetrack around it where we're going to start the preseason exhibition race in just a while. But first, if you're gonna be the show, you gotta make the show. And 20 drivers qualified for this last night. That leaves 19 drivers.
Don't judge. I haven't changed my sound alert since Christmas.
That means we're going to build a pressure cooker. We're going to take in these guys to Bowman Gray Stadium. We're going to turn it wide open. That wide open is a last chance qualifier. You've got Ryan Blaney, that champion of NASCAR, not even in this thing. Kyle Larson, can you believe it? He's not in it. This last chance is going to be wild. They're going to be beaten. They're going to be banging Kevin. And it's going to be because if you don't, you're going to the house.
Well, if you're not going to beat and bang,
God, I forgot how long that fucking alert is.
Was a little patient, too patient last night. We saw Riley
It's
Hurst
the month of love.
Ugh,
Brother. Ugh. My birthday's next Monday.
Especially in this last chance race, you better use the bumper and you better push him out of the way.
Like what you see is crazy, Blur.
Things get spread out.
When you say patient, I say hospital. There's no place for that here. Last night,
Holy hell, that's long.
Heat races, and here's some of the action. Justin Haley in the 7.
Why don't you just mute him?
And Noah Gragson goes 3 wide in a pass you can't make at this racetrack.
Yeah.
Ryan Preece had enough of John Hunter Nemechek, and John Hunter gets the safer barrier as a result. That's just some of the action from last night. So here's what we're going to see tonight. 75 laps, top 2 advance to the main event. Only green flag laps count. And in this last chance qualifier, no overtime. All right, let's get down to a kind of chilly pit road here in Winston-Salem. Jamie Little.
That's right, Mike. This is actually kind of the makeshift garage. These are all the pit boxes set up. This is the 3 pit box area for Austin Dillon. If you want to call a home track somebody's home track, it's all about Austin Dillon. Grew up right down the street from here. He just told me moments ago he spent more nights watching races here and such great memories. He can't believe they're actually racing here in NASCAR, but he's in the last chance qualifier. He said they were not good enough last night, went back and forth on adjustments, hopes to be better tonight. He's rolling off 5th, and he said, I want this bad. I want to make the Clash not just for me, but for my pop, Richard Childress. Regan Smith.
Well, Jamie, last night, not what a lot of people would have expected. Kyle Larson, traditionally very good in these quick run-and-gun style races, had some struggles, finished 8th in his second heat race. That means tonight he's going to start 10th. Told me earlier they struggled with the handle of the car. Couldn't get it to turn the way that he wanted to make the things go to the front like he needed to be able to do. Some adjustments for that tonight. I said, Kyle, you're not known for the rough stuff. Are you going to get out there and do the rough stuff here on the racetrack or what? He said, I might not have to. If the other guys in front of me do it, I'll just be in the right place at the right time.
Well, Regan, special race at a special track with special rules. And the rule tonight is the 23rd and final starting spot in the class is reserved.
Bro, I don't think that rule should exist.
In the points last year, they didn't race their way in through the heat race.
A provisional for the highest paying or the highest points finisher of last year.
In the points. My question, why even run the last chance qualifier? They're going to run several laps. They had to make repairs, and they had an oil cooler.
I've never liked that rule since the LA Clash.
Just to make sure everything is right with that 12 car. They're going to start 23rd later on the night.
Thanks, Larry. One thing that's going to be key here is restarts, because
that's weird. How did Blaney have a hole in his oil cooler?
Tracks. A fellow named Junior Miller won a lot of modified races here by choosing the outside, moving up 4 or 5 rows when everybody else chose the inside, and then if he got a quick caution, he'd gain 4 or 5 spots. And there's a lot